I guess. There's a podcast I follow. Not like I should, but I'm trying to keep up with it. It's called It Could Happen. This Could Happen Here. It Could Happen Here. This guy's talking about how he's seen the political rhetoric in this country get more and more violent since Trump been elected, and how we could have a second revolution in this country. And I read the comments. I've read the comments on there, and a lot of them call him a liberal. He's a leftist. That because I've only seen the first episode, but it seems that he's really showing you what that would look like, what it would look like, the infrastructure being off, us being in a police state, tanks running the streets. That's really what, that kind of stuff shows you, honestly. And the fact, you know what it is, man? I was talking about this earlier. I got to run in my head here. I think that if they can't really have an honest discussion about America, because if they do, they know it looks bad. It's kind of like when they had the bombs in the mail, and Alex Jones was talking about how, they made a big deal, NYPD made a big deal about it, and they should have just, picked it up with their bare hands, and all this, machismo talk. And I'm just like, wow. I'm like, I don't normally back the cops. I'm not a big back the blue guy, but I've got to tell you, NYPD, they did a good job. They did the right thing. That's a major metropolitan area. And I always talk about with police shootings how they're willing to sacrifice their children's lives. I mean, with the Parkland, Texas shooting, nothing was done. I kind of somewhat followed the aftermath of these shootings. Nothing was done. They tried to pass a little bill. Got to pass a little bill, something to do with gun safety in the home. They couldn't even pass that. That dude probably wouldn't even be reelected just because of that one little bill. Yeah. I would tell anybody in Texas, these white folks are willing to sacrifice their children's lives. They're willing to sacrifice your life. Maintain white supremacy. And the Second Amendment is white supremacy. It's key to it. That's the violence. I always talk about policy, rhetoric, violence. That's the violence part. And they know that they can't give any leeway to keep maintaining their Second Amendment, their white supremacy. I just think it is really so disgusting to see that. But like I said, going back to it, it's like this. It's like these people in the comments saying that they can't talk about it. It's the same thing. They don't want to even talk about it because if they ever actually have you sit down and look at it, all these white mass shooters, well, they've been white. These are not people who can't pay the rent. These are not people who can't put food on the table for their children. These are not people that can't pay their car note. These are people who lose a job or get kicked out of a doctorate program. And so because of that, everybody got to die. And I think that if people ever really sat down and realized we're at war right now. We've been at war since Obama got elected. We've been at war, man. We're at war with these white supremacists. There's no other way to see it than that. We are at war. Anybody trying to downplay it or anything like that, they're white supremacists. That's what they do because they can't. It's like psyops. I can't let you know how many troops I have. I can't let you know we got troops over there, so I'll fake it that you think the troops are over here. That's psyops, man. When he said that's kind of when I started falling off from InfoWars because I'm like, and look. I always talk about the Republican Party being really twisted since Trump got elected. Look at how you have conservatives now attacking the police and attacking law enforcement. You never seen that before. I don't think even when Nixon you saw that. Them attacking law enforcement. Attacking Mueller. Mueller is a lifelong Republican. And until recently, he hadn't said anything. That's why Trump came out the blocks cussing him and disrespecting him. I'm like, why? You know what I mean? Lifelong Republican. He looked like a Republican. I'm like, really? Like that's really what, because he has to. Because he has to. That's what he has to do. But I'm getting off subject. Trump, I don't know, I'm mind on Trump for some reason. But they can't listen to that. Because that man is the voice of reality. I think these survivalists just think they'll run out here with guns. And they talk about taking over the country. But what I see is really destroying the country and becoming warlords. All that stuff over there in Somalia, that's what they want to do here. Sitting up on the roof with a machine gun, blocking the roads off for trees. And it's warlord shit, man. Which is what we always knew they were. But I'm just making the point to you that that's what this stuff really shows you, man. If you want to be honest and frank about it, that's what it shows you. These are barbaric people. And they always were. Yeah, they always were barbaric people. That never changed. But, I listen to this podcast. I find it quite interesting because I think conservatives just think that most liberals just live in the cities and don't think about it. I'm a progressive. And I do have a concern to a certain extent with immigration because of this pandemic stuff. I do have a concern with the money. Factory services, money. And so, I got a problem with the police state as well. That we see coming together right before our eyes. From me being over the road, realized that our country in which we live is it's on shaky ground. Certain things have to happen for the society to go forward. If it doesn't, you have a mess. I forgot the word for it, but the society has to work. Everything has to work. There are no stockpiles. Not anymore. There are no, none of that. Most folks don't have that kind of stuff anyway. A lot of folks just barely making it. Really, to me, America's a banana republic in a lot of ways. It's just in a lot of ways. So, but that's why they do that. That's why they say stuff like. That's why they have to, make the little joke. Like one of them, I said, imagine if the Bundys were black. Oh well, only a race bait. I said, well, you know what? I appreciate that. Because what white supremacists do is anytime someone makes a comment that questions law enforcement or questions the way in which minorities are treated, well, you're a race baiter. I said, I appreciate it. I went deeper into it. But basically, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Because you showed me off the bat what you are. If that's your first reaction, thank you, sir. And he was like, well, I was trying to say about more than that, but you went straight for the low hanging fruit. I'm like, and one of the guys said they would call them the Jeffersons. I guess that was racist. I thought it was kind of funny to call them the dude. I was saying, what if a bunch of black guys went up in the woods and said, we're going to take this land? What would happen? They would have got killed. They would have got shot. The Bundys had federal agents at gunpoint several times and backed them down. And they had the Bundys at gunpoint and backed them down several times. Several times. We got black men getting shot in their cars for showing ID. We got black men getting shot in our apartments for nothing. This is America. This is Trump's era. So to me, the low-hanging fruit. Well, you know why? Because my whole life, I've been inundated with this brainwashing. Just do what the police say. And not argue. And basically be ignorant and just go along with whatever's going on. And to not think and just my whole life been raised like that. And then you grow up and you realize that that's bullshit. That propaganda was given to me to be the low-lying fruit, the low-hanging fruit. That's why when he said that low-hanging fruit, it kind of like, flipped the switch in my head because I'm like, wait a minute, Nah, man, I just woke up, that's all. I woke up and I realized how much privilege white folks have. That's all it is. Peace, y'all.